Yo, on air. Jesus, fuck. It's a good job. I've done plenty of these. I want to talk about futurism. It's a subject that I'm somewhat fascinated with. Whenever I hear about what's going to happen in the future, but when I was a kid, to find out what was going to happen in the future back in the 70s, what would happen in the 90s and the noughties. I wouldn't even call them the noughties then. I don't even think that was a thing. So that's what I want to talk about for about an hour. So anybody who wants to talk to me, I've got a couple of people. Let me just send the link here. Bloody blah 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 blah. Just get this done real quick. So the title of the hangout is what's going to happen in the year 2100. So the reason why I picked that date is because I'll be dead then. So that's why I picked that date. 2070, 2060, probably 2055 if I'm lucky, will be when I die. There's some people in here. Just give me a break. Yes, Nikolai. I'll send you the link. There you go. Just go easy and remember what we're talking about. Futurism. I think Irate Bear is going to be here. He's probably in bed. Let me send the link to my favorite chat. Is welcome to. All right, where are we? All right. Here we go. Maximilian, hello, mate.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good, man. It's pretty good.
Man, it's been quite a exciting past few months.
It's been an exciting 12 months. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
It's been great.
Just everything. Yeah.
It's been an absolute blast.
So
I started this whole ride, believe it or not, with a.
Oh yeah.
I started with a comment to Jacqueline Glenn, believe it or not.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's how this whole thing started. Who would have known? I called her a piece of shit. That's how it started. It was funny. Hello,
Hi
Nicola.
guys.
Hello.
Hello, Anthony.
Hello.
Nice to hear from you again.
Yes. How are you?
Fine. Working,
Yes.
going to Argentina soon.
You going to Argentina soon?
Yeah.
No. The Malvinas is still the Falkland Islands. I don't care what you're saying.
Okay. Actually, my girlfriend is a bit butthurt about the Malvinas.
Yeah,
But it was a horrific war, though. So I'm not surprised.
horrific. Well,
a lot
it
of
was
young
old school war.
Argentinian boys died.
Well, blame the Argentinian government for that because they didn't train their troops enough. That's why that's why the Marines humped 25 miles across, or whatever, it's 45 miles across the Falkland Islands, and then just completely overtook the Argentinian forces just by going, boo, we're here.
The problem was that the Argentinian dictatorship, let's not call it a government, was completely irresponsible.
Exactly. Pointless. Stupid. Sending kids over to fight a war. I mean, we were sending Marines over, we were sending trained, hardened troops over to fight kids, basically.
I agree.
Anyway, this is not where this conversation was going. We're not talking about the Malvinas right now. We're not talking about the Malvinas. We're talking about the future.
The future, yeah.
The future. So I look at things like this. I look at demographics and things like that. It's just something that interests me.
Demographics.
So apparently, I'm not saying this is true. I mean, by 2055, So by the time I'll be 75, I think by 2055, space flight has taken a leap forward. The vast majority of of countries have achieved democracy. They're predicting this by 50 years or so, 40 to 50 years. Global population is reaching a plateau that the whole global population is going to kind of level off a little. We're not going to be adding, 1 million people every year or whatever it is.
Well, I mean, there is a quite the stressful decline in certain advanced nations like Japan or Germany or even the United States. Eventually, I mean, it's going to be very, how can I say, very painful to experience, especially for the United States, I think.
Well, this is like 50 or 60 years away. Global temperatures will have risen by 3 centigrade globally. This is by 2056, which is 40 years from now. Apparently, yeah. So 40 years, 2056, global average temperatures will have risen by 3 centigrade. 2057, a year later, we'll have handheld MRI scanners.
Really?
Which is like the Star Trek thing. Yeah, we'll have those. 2058, 1 billion human brains can be simulated in real time.
Really?
And the Beatles' music catalog can the Beatles' music catalogs enters the public domain. So it'll take to 2058 before you can download that for free legally. Apparently.
Wow.
2059, the end of the oil age. 2059, so they're predicting what, 50 years from now? The end of the oil age. I don't see that. I don't see
maybe
that.
40. Yeah. I think that we're gonna start using much more of the alternative vehicle.
No, we'll have solar power and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, I think solar power is going to be the way to go.
Maybe hydrogen. Like hydrogen-powered cars, for instance.
Well, you got fusion power and everything else. Yeah,
well,
for sure.
Yeah.
Is it expensive to do that?
Well, I think if you're living in California, there are already like Esso stations and stuff like that where you can go and fuel your car up with hydrogen.
Oh wow!
If that's what you want to do, so that's already there.
Mm-hmm.
Like the technology is already there, like we were talking about earlier. But it's how well it's going to take off.
Well,
it's how fast.
There are already cars, I think, prototypes with hydrogen engines. The thing is that the technology is still very volatile. I mean, a car with a hydrogen and a cell, if there is an emergency, the explosion of the cell would be quite devastating to the area where that happens.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be such a safe energy to use as far as fusion power.
Anthony, the sun is running on the hydrogen.
Exactly. So it's pretty safe. I think
it's just water.
Yeah, exactly. It's just hydrogen. Who gives a shit? 2060 to 2069. So even you will be dead by this time, or getting really old. Global political and economic systems are in a period of immense transition. Don't really know what that means. That's like 40 years between 2060 and 2100.
Mm-hmm.
We will be dead by then.
Do you guys think that there's going to be a change?
Well, there will be a political
in the political systems of the United States. No, I don't think so.
We can see that already. We can see those political transitions happening already in real time.
Are you talking about the European Union?
Everything. I mean, even the European Union, the American political system, everything's kind of taken a shift somewhere. Whether it's good or bad or whatever, I don't know. But it's definitely taking a shift. There is a paradigm going on, if you want to call it that.
Is it more like the systems itself, or just the contributors to the system? Because I think there's a big distinction there.
I think you're right there. Yeah, there is definitely it's a distinction of who's contributing to that system, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there is a massive shift going on, even within our lifetime, which I find interesting. Anyway,
does that thing that you're looking at, does it talk about artificial intelligence at all?
It will go into it, I'm sure.
Okay.
2060, global extinction rates are peaking.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, true. Which they will do within the next 50 years. You'll have all sorts of species going extinct. Helium-3 mining on the moon. I don't see that.
That is actually quite possible, I think. I mean,
yeah, it depends how profitable it is.
You think about it, like space exploration is at a halt right now, but in 50 years, who knows? I mean, with the launch of like private enterprise space exploration, that could be achievable because many companies would. I mean, I'm talking about like large multinational conglomerates could have the finance could have the resources to finance such operations. So
Well, you're talking about Russia, America, China.
I don't think that nations would be involved in like asteroid mining or mining the moon. It will be more like corporations. Because
yeah, well, you've got you already have the private corporations delving into space exploration. You've got SpaceX, you've got Elon Musk,
for example,
like that,
So why not? I don't think that it will be a nation like a nation like the United States to take on this enterprise to actually mine resources. They'll probably direct it out to private contractors. For instance, England did that with the East Indies Trading Company, right? I mean, it was sort of private, but it was still part of the British Empire at that point. Or am I mistaken?
Yeah.
And they were responsible for a resource, basically. I mean, product
a long
distribution.
time ago. A long time ago.
Yeah, but the concept could be the same. That's my point.
Well, I guess, but I don't think it'll be. I don't think you'll see that globalization of. You will see one territory taking over the earth, like you did with England or the UK or America or anywhere. You won't see that anymore.
Oh yeah, I agree.
That's not gonna happen.
That's not. Yeah, I agree. That's not possible. I mean, if you ask me, we're gonna.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Continue.
No, go.
Okay. Well.
Sorry, Mike. Please.
I was just thinking about like a shift from, well, not really a shift, but do you think the profitableness of the space mining that you guys are talking about, do you think it'll be worth the flights up there and the actual equipment and wages that would be required of the people who'd be willing to do such a thing?
If it was profitable enough when they actually got there, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But it isn't going to be for them to bring a few rocks back. It's going to be a case of them bringing something that they actually thought was going to be there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
with then having an endeavor to then go back and mine the place.
Okay.
Keep in mind that starting such operation would mean that you're going to have terrible losses at the beginning. Also, you have to process all the minerals and ore in space because you cannot bring them down to Earth. It's just entering the atmosphere with like a few million tons of ore or metal ore or whatever is not very safe. So you have to process everything in space, maybe an orbital space station, like a big giant plant, and then bring everything down in like small shipments.
Yeah.
Well, not small, but yeah.
Right. So I think what this piece is actually inferring to is that within 50 years we'll be able to find out that there are other planets out there that are capable of sustaining our planet, with minerals or ore or whatever, and then we will then find out ways of getting it back from the moon or whatever.
But we already do know that. I mean, the entire solar system has so much potential and resources that it could sustain us for a very long time. Maybe until we achieve interstellar travel. Who knows?
We're getting there. We're only in the late 2000s right here.
We haven't. Humans haven't even gotten to Mars yet.
Yeah. So by 2065, the longevity of humans will be extended. So 50 years or so from now, self-assembling machines will be built using nanotechnology. 100% nanotechnology within 50 years.
That's insane.
Do you guys think that we'll be able to graft organs or like clone specific organs and then replace damaged organs with those?
Not within at least 100 years.
Yeah, definitely.
Not within our lifetime. I think one generation, perhaps.
Yeah.
By 2065, the 3.5-inch discs and stuff that you had will become unreadable because of age. So by the time you guys die, I'll already be dead.
Yeah, that seems very likely.
2067, the first generation of antimatter-powered spacecraft will emerge. Male and female salaries are reaching parity. What the fuck?
Oh no! Somebody call Sargon, or like send a reminder for him in 2070 or whatever.
Oh, fuck off, man! It's not that bad. 2069 will be the 100th anniversary of Apollo 11. We'll be dead by then. Well, I'll be dead by then.
I don't think I'll be dead.
2069, goddamn.
I would have been 120 or something by then, so no, I'll be dead.
No, I think I'll be alive and well. I'm pretty young.
I mean, come on, that's 50 years. I'll probably be alive, but like late 70s. So,
if you say so. By 2070, right? Islam is the world's dominant religion. So it's still going on by 2070. 2070 Islam is
wow.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. That's depressing. Global average temperatures will have risen by 4 centigrade. So within a very short period of time, within 100 years, it's risen another centigrade. Fusion power apparently will be the big thing, 2070 to 2079.
Mm-hmm.
Fully automated homes. I mean, that's really getting there anyway.
Oh yeah, with like all that.
Yeah,
Amazon.
My company sells that shit, dude. It's just all the time. It's just you can watch your CCTV cameras. You can, switch your lights off, switch them on. You can do all that kind of crap already. So, fusion power is widespread. Fully automated homes. 5-year survival rates for liver cancer are approaching 100%. So if you have like liver cancer, which is usually terminal, they're saying that within 100 years that we can completely cure that. 2072, advanced nanotech clothing. What would that mean? What does that mean? Advanced nanotech clothing, I don't know what that means.
Does it mean like your clothes can like change form or something? I don't know.
Or color, probably.
It's just, it's like you can look at your sleeve and it's going to give you the latest Pornhub updates or something.
Can you imagine that with all the technology we have, we always fall to basics like porn? I mean, you had porn in the ancient times. So they would draw it as graffiti on walls.
Yeah.
And somebody will get off to it. I don't know.
Do you guys think that kind of stuff will have evolved by then? I mean, clearly that article doesn't mention it.
Yeah, you just have dicks poking fannies. Or dicks poking bums. 2076, accurate simulation of viruses, unmanned probes to Sedna, which is, I don't know where Sedna is. Pretty close. 2079, a total solar eclipse of New York for the first time in 200 years. Let me advance on 100 years. 2070, 2080s. Now we're all dead by this point. Some humans are more non-biological than biological by 2080.
That's like mechanical arms and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but your body is more mechanical than it is biological.
That's creepy. Yeah.
Construction of a transatlantic tunnel, which has always been an interest to me. A tunnel between America and Europe, under the ocean, under the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah,
with like a train.
Yeah, and they've been working that out for quite a while, but the cost of actually building it doesn't warrant actually doing it, because you could build it over the sea cheaper.
I mean, they can barely get a train from San Francisco down to LA. I mean, I can't imagine that they would do that anytime soon.
Right. Many former Winter Games venues no longer provide snow. I mean, because of global climate change. Polar bears face extinction. Who cares? Polar bears. 1 in 5 lizard species are extinct. Whatever. 2082, the USA secedes territory to Mexico.
Nah, come on.
No.
That's what it says. It says it on the website.
That would never happen.
It says it on the website. And then a year later, hyper intelligent computers.
Okay. I'm gonna.
That's a year later. You can't do those two things there.
I feel like our country will be just fully dominated by the regressives, and they'll just be we're sorry.
Later, right. So 2082, the USA cedes to Mexico. 2083, hyper intelligent computers. 2084, a year later, androids are widespread in law enforcement. 2085, a 5-year survival rate for brain tumors reaching 100%. This is all within 5 years. Which is great. I hope it is like that. Other than the Mexican thing.
What do you think about military tech? Are we gonna have like giant freaking mechs and levitating crafts and all that?
I'd love it if they did. Yeah. I mean, I would love it. Excuse me. I would love it, but I don't think it's going to happen. There is no such thing as anti-grav.
Oh, I mean, I'm just saying, like, we don't have to have like anti-gravity tanks or anything like that. It's just like giant mechs and very sophisticated aircraft and like battle droids or whatever, like battle drones, but like land vehicles. So you don't have any use for pilots in tanks or anything like that.
If it happens, I would be happy, to be honest with you, just to see how they work.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you think about it, right now we can build a giant mech, though. It's going to be very inefficient and very absurd to have this weaponry, but
we're talking RoboCop 2 at this point. You know, we need RoboCop 4. You know?
Yeah, I get it. Although RoboCop 2 is definitely inferior to the first movie.
Yeah,
the first movie was obviously fantastic. Anyway, where are we? Let me find out.
Do you think that we're gonna have like robot servants?
Not within my lifetime. No,
and
not a chance. Not a fucking chance.
I think before robot servants would come just like automated homes. Like I think that was mentioned earlier. Like homes that will do stuff for you rather than having a robot that goes around your house and does stuff.
But think about it. If you are old or you have suffer some injury or that leaves you disabled, you definitely need a helper, and a human would be inefficient. If you have the technology, wouldn't it be better to have like nannies that are robots or like caregivers that are robots?
Right. So all you need to do is just go to sleep until the year 2090. Because apparently, according to this, religion will be fading from European culture.
Oh yeah.
Which is like 55 years out of date, because I already see that happening. Mm-hmm. Hypersonic vac trains are widespread. I don't know what that means. Oh yeah, so basically hypersonic travel is available. 2092, West Antarctica is among the fastest growing areas of the world because the weather is a lot better there. We're talking about,
so it'll be like colonized and stuff.
Well, yeah, according to this. 2099, sea levels are wreaking havoc around the world. 80% of the Amazon rainforest has been lost, and the average employee works less than 20 hours per week. Now that I'm all for. Christ. All right, so that was the 2090s. All right, 22nd century. Here we go.
How about food? What kind of food do you think we're gonna have? Like condensed cubes of just everything the body needs, or are we still gonna have like very inefficient hamburgers and all that bullshit.
Are you talking Soylent Green? Or...
No. I mean not from people, but like, I guess you will have sort of different kinds of. I guess you have the classic food like hamburgers and steaks and all that, but you'll be able to purchase like some sort of maybe not pills, maybe some sort of like. Jello that holds everything, like every mineral you need, every vitamin you need, and all that.
I like the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be much more efficient than eating, because I hate eating. I have to stay there and chew. Why can't I just swallow a cube and get everything I
know.
need?
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, we're talking about like 150 years from now, but I actually know, or I actually imagine that Europeans are already doing it. Especially the like people from the Netherlands and stuff like that, because they're really fucking weird. People like Wendy.
They have lots of cheese and tulips. Goddamn tulips.
Yeah, they're just bizarre people. Really, compared to English people, they're just really, really strange.
Do you know they're the tallest people in the world, and they're still growing?
Yes, they are. Which in itself is really fucking weird.
I think that the average for the average height for anyone from the Netherlands is 178 centimeters, and they're expected to grow to 183 in the next 20 to 30 years. Yeah. The average.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Strange people. Yeah, well, fuck them.
Jeez.
That's what I said. Anyway, where was I? Get back to this fucking thing. There we go. 20. There we go. 2100. We will be on Mars.
Isn't that supposed to happen before then, though? Isn't there like a flight that you can sign up for?
Yeah, but it's a long time away.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long time away. Force fields are in military use, apparently. Don't know what that engages. I'm
really curious about the physics of that, though.
Yeah,
it sounds really interesting.
He doesn't go into detail. I got to be honest. It's just like it's speculation, obviously. 2120 mind uploading enters mainstream society. So then you're talking about people uploading the dreams and stuff like that.
Oh, I thought it was like you can think of you could just like think of a tweet and then tweet it out with your mind.
Yeah, I do that all the time anyway. It doesn't stop me right now. 2130, large-scale civilian settlement of a moon is underway.
Really?
So in 150 years, they reckon we're going to... I don't know why you'd want to, like overtake the moon. What's there? There's nothing there.
Exactly. So what's the point?
Yeah, it's like there's no bars, there's no clubs, it's just dry and cold. I don't know. By 2140, a North American Union is taking shape.
Yeah, but we already know that this is something that the United States want to do. They want to unite Canada and the United States. I think it does have a Wikipedia entry actually, with history behind it. So I would not be surprised.
But that's going to take another 150 years. That seems like a while.
Well, it's not within our lifetime. It's just not going to be within our lifetimes. That's a simple fact. 2150 to 2200. Way beyond now in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Interstellar travel by 2150. So another 150 years by now.
No.
Interstellar travel. Holodeck style environments are becoming possible.
This, yes.
Now that, yes.
Without the peripherals, yeah. I would say that.
High-tech automated cities. I mean, that's already happening. There's no doubt about that. That's going to happen. 2151 total solar eclipse in London. Who cares? Nobody's going to be alive. 2180 antimatter power plants are widespread. So we've already discovered what dark energy is and stuff like that, and we're going to be doing that thing, apparently.
What is antimatter exactly?
Don't ask. Complicated.
Okay. All right.
It's also yeah, I'm reading that. I'm looking for. Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. So from 2200 to 2249. So we're all dead by now.
Long dead.
By 2200, traditional employment is just becoming obsolete. That's way too late. I'd like that in the next 10 years.
Well, what's untraditional employment?
Well, like traditional employment where you actually go and work 40 hours for a company.
Oh, okay.
Now, I think that is extremely wrong because I think I can see that happening within the next 20 years. If you work for a tech company, you're not going to be. Yeah. It's not going to be necessary for you actually to go somewhere to work. You can just do everything from home. Yeah. I mean that is obviously here already, but that's going to be way more widespread. Way more widespread. 2210.
What do you think? Sorry to interrupt you. What do you think about global finance and global currency in the future? And what would currency look like?
Well, it'll become more centralized without a doubt.
Maybe electronic? We won't have any physical money? Well, you just have a chip in your hand or a card or some sort of like an armband that is your phone, that personal computer. You can interface with any device and pay and use any monitor as a basically station where you can plug in and just do whatever you want. And you can have a centralized on yourself, a centralized device that does everything, every payment, everything else.
How unified do you think it would be throughout the countries? Because I know if that North American Union became a thing, it'd be unified there. But what about Europe?
Definitely in Europe, I think.
Really?
I mean, whatever America does, we follow in technology-wise. So.
Yeah, but having said that, there's a lot of technology in Europe that we don't use here in America.
Yeah.
Regardless, I mean, there's a lot of stuff on this list that they're almost 200 years out of date. You know what I mean? Because I'm not too sure when this was written, but it's probably about 10 years ago. Anyway, go through this. 2200 to 20, yeah, we did that bit. Antimatter fueled starships by 2230. We don't even know what antimatter is. But no. We're gonna have starships of them by 2230. Yeah, it gets kind of speculative to some degree. I mean, it's all speculative, but I mean, fuck. All right, 2250 to 2299. Eris reaches perihelion. Anybody want to comment on that?
No comment.
No.
Ares, what was that? A spacecraft?
I think that's what it is. It's either that or a star. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it sounds like a star collides with another star or something. I don't know.
Yeah. 2260, accelerated development of the solar system. I don't know what that means either. I don't know what that means either.
Probably colonization and mining.
I like the far future stuff. All right, so 2300 to 10,000 AD. I have seen better articles about this, but Voyager 1 in 2310 AD reaches the Oort cloud, which is interesting in of itself. Because it'll still be going. You know what the Oort cloud is, right?
No, I don't have much education in astrology or astronomy.
The Oort cloud is basically the massive ring of dust and shit that surrounds the solar system. So it'll take another 2,000 years or whatever for it to actually, 200 years to reach that.
Really?
Right?
Well,
so yeah, still just traveling.
That makes sense.
2500 AD, Mars has been terraformed. Yeah, it probably will have been. Probably, if it was viable and if there was some money in it, yes.
Mm-hmm.
2550, nitrogen tetrafluoride emissions from 2000 AD have been naturally reabsorbed. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, no, me neither.
I've got an aeroplane moving on. By 2600, plastics and other waste products are disappearing from Earth's biosphere, meaning the plastics that we used 500 years ago have stopped making an impact on the Earth's emissions and all that kind of shit. Fantastic. 2700, Venus has been terraformed. Why would we terraform Venus?
Well, it's the closest planet to Earth. It's basically...
What? Oh,
well, yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Venus
is
in size, gravity, atmosphere, it's very toxic. But it can be terraformed with certain chemicals dumped in, or gases dumped in the atmosphere of the planet.
Right, so you've got it all sorted out. So just put yourself in cryospace.
Oh, by the way, since you're talking about cryostasis, did you hear that one girl, 14-year-old from the UK, froze herself because she has incurable cancer?
Oh, yeah.
Hope that in the future she would have the capability of like getting her cancer like destroyed.
Well, yeah, I saw that story.
Good luck.
So you can't, Anthony, you can't actually live till those times. Just freeze yourself at one point.
Yeah, I'll make a point of that. All right. So from beyond 10,000, the year 10,000.
The year what? Okay. So we're just skipping 8,000 years in the future.
Well, it was yeah. Don't argue. Stars colliding with other shit. Like nobody's gonna get. Voyager 1 is gonna pass the red dwarf star at 42,000 AD. So 42,000 years from now, the spaceship that we sent off in the 70s is gonna pass a red dwarf star in 42,000 years.
Here's the real kicker. And what do you think human evolution will look at that point?
Now that's a totally different conversation completely. I'd have to look at a different. There are other studies. I pulled up one really quick before I started this hangout, but I've looked at other ones that look more at human evolution, that are really interesting as far as what our eyes are going to do and what our bodies are going to do. 10,000 years from now, which in evolution terms is absolutely nothing. Even 10,000 years is fuck all.
Also, with nanobots, we can speed up our own evolution. If they're
we've already done
inside our body.
Speeding up evolution is not really a thing. We've adapted certain things. We've adapted certain conditions to suit ourselves, but it's not. You're not speeding up evolution by that.
It was a wrong. Sorry, let me paraphrase that.
Shut up. Go on.
Now, my point was that with nanotechnology, we can achieve, like, for instance, we can live in certain environments that we could not live in before. Right. For instance, we will probably be able to live in environments with less oxygen.
We can't. Well, humans can't. Humans haven't evolved whatsoever in that respect.
Yeah, but with nanotechnology, in 10,000 years, who knows? Maybe we can live in environments with a lot less oxygen or with other gases in the atmosphere. Who knows?
Oh, of course, yeah. We can. But that's the adaptation that humans have. We can change the environment to suit ourselves to some degree.
We can even change ourselves to suit ourselves to the environment.
Which no other animal has, the ability of on this planet. So I find it interesting because all this speculation with regards to what's going to happen in the future, like a lot of this stuff that they're talking about in 2,000 years, it's like we're almost there. But it is speculation. Obviously, a lot of it's speculation. We know what's going to happen as far as what's going to happen in space, where we're going to be. As the galaxies collide and all that kind of shit, and what the sun's going to do in thousands and thousands and millions of years. But what we're going to do is just speculation. We may just kill ourselves. I mean, that is a massive. That's more than likely what's going to happen.
AI may kill us all.
That is something Sam Harris talked about, actually.
Oh yeah, I believe he did.
Well, he talked about artificial intelligence.
Yeah, but as a weapon.
Yeah, and I'm somewhat in agreement with him. I don't think he's entirely on point with that, but I think it's a point of speculation that we need to talk about.
I was actually quite surprised because he's usually so very positive, which I love about him. But on the topic of AI, he was like all gloomy and doomsday. It's just, I don't know.
Well, I definitely think it is something that we need to worry about and watch out for and take great caution while making it.
I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just, it's something definitely to think about. It's not, especially in my life. In my lifetime, it's not going to be anything to worry about.
Well, no.
Even in Sam Harris's, in future generations, if AI becomes a thing, then it is definitely something to be somewhat concerned about, because we can't even figure out our own selves out, and if we then put those stipulations on artificial intelligence. If we model artificial intelligence around ourselves, then I think we're kind of fucked.
Think about it. Yeah. What would a brand new consciousness would think about us humans, who are its creators, when it sees how irrational we are, how we kill each other for the most stupid reasons there are. Think what a cold, calculating mind would think about us. If it sees that.
Have you watched Chappie?
Yeah.
No.
Chappie's pretty good. Yeah. You're talking about like the artificial intelligence and stuff, and how artificial intelligence would interact with humans from the get-go. I think Chappie's a fairly good analogy of how it might actually turn out.
Well, I think the kind of AI that Sam Harris is talking about is one that's doesn't have a physical form necessarily.
Yeah.
And it's one that can like view the whole world through information and news and all that kind of stuff. But if it's given a goal to protect a certain group of people, and it thinks that the best way to accomplish that goal is by wiping out a different group of people, just think about like the catastrophic like implications that has on society. But I mean, hopefully we would take safeguards to prevent that, but I don't know.
My point is that an AI without the thing is, humans think very differently because we are physical beings, and we do fear death. An AI that has no physical form would lack fear, and therefore would lack empathy and every other emotional thing that comes with it. So it would not think of us in a good way as humans. I mean, if it sees the dumb shittery we do all the time, it will not have any empathy. That's my point.
Well, can it think and process information without having emotions?
Yes, I think that's quite possible. I mean,
really?
Do you not agree?
I would argue that every choice we make is dependent on our emotions that we have.
I completely agree. We are terribly irrational and emotional creatures. And even though we think that we use reason and logic, most of the time we just go on with our emotions. Like most of the choices you do are based on emotion. I mean, there's some rationality. For instance, if you're choosing a car, you'd probably search for something that is suitable to your needs, like how much mileage you get on like a full reservoir of fuel and so that. But you will, but there is this factor that when you see the car you want,
yes,
that also fits in that range.
Mm-hmm.
When you see the color, when you see the look, you know that's your car, and this is the irrational part of the decision making I'm talking about. The same thing about houses, same thing about purchasing anything. I mean, you know that's for instance, I'm gonna get a new high-tech phone.
Yeah.
But I would look at the specs and also look at it how it looks. I would not be complete utilitarian. I would decide on something that's based in emotion, like for instance, appeal to shape and form and color. That's my point.
Yeah, but to some extent,
sorry.
But to some extent, if we're buying a car, like minus the look effect, that variable, if you think about it, we would choose our car still on some goals that we have that we would need a car for.
Of course.
If we need shipping, we'd buy a truck. We'd go for a truck. There's different reasons why we need different things, and it's that need versus want thing that gets really sketchy when talking about AI, because what would an AI want? I mean, we could give it a goal and then it would set out to accomplish that goal in ways that we don't know how, or we could not give it a goal and have it be its own independent being, which I think that is possibly like the more scarier option.
Exactly. If you give it a goal, it's not going to be artificial intelligence. It's going to be just virtual intelligence. It's going to simulate intelligence. But if it sets its own goals, then yeah, that will be the most frightening of scenarios. Because, I mean, think about it. If that AI decides that, well, humans are totally wasteful and they are not efficient, what the outcome of that rationale would be? What do you think?
I have no idea. I couldn't predict that.
If humans were encountered by aliens at this point, I think it'd be pretty obvious that the alien technology, if they've managed to get to Earth, would realize that we are of no worth whatsoever.
Yes, I agree. But also, what do you guys think about that? I think personally, with how big the universe is, I think there's definitely there's a definite chance that life exists.
Well, yeah, but then you've got the Fermi Paradox, of course.
What is that?
The Fermi Paradox is the fact that the universe is expanding at all times.
Yes.
So we try and get in touch with somebody or a planet that we think is, of worth. We try and get in touch with it, and because it's so far away, that message will never be given. Nobody will ever get that message. That's the Fermi Paradox. Is the fact that we're so far away from everything because of the size of the universe.
Yeah. Well, maybe
it doesn't matter what we do. Everything is too far away. Everything is already expanding away from us. From everything. So.
Guys, when I hear people talking about aliens and what would they think of us when they meet us, the thing that always bothers me is that why do you assume aliens would perceive reality the way we do? For all we care, they can be like a giant floating tube that uses
I'm not assuming
jet propulsion to move.
I'm not even assuming that could even happen. I mean, I don't even think it could happen.
Yeah.
I think we're not alone in this universe. There are other life forms out there, but we're so far away from everything. And they are so far away from everything that we will never come into contact with them.
Don't you find that thought reassuring, though? Because we'll probably never meet anybody that's gonna cause havoc for us. And this
it's not. No, I've never even given it a thought as far as if we ever were in contact with another alien life form. I would always imagine that it would be too far away for them to cause any trouble to us whatsoever.
And I also think that the degree to which alien life forms have been developed can have great variance throughout each and every different species that could possibly be out there. Like honestly, the most likely thing is that there's just a ton of alien plants, and that's like the extent that life form has developed.
Yeah, and that's it. It never got any further than that.
Imagine if we are the advanced ones and they're the natives. Oh shit.
I think it's fair to say that we are. No, we are an advanced life form.
Yeah, we are, but
I'm not saying that we are the most advanced life form. But then the Fermi Paradox does come into it again. If we try because we have the capability of trying to contact other life forms, so we're already trying to do that. Doesn't mean to say we're ever going to meet anybody or even get any signal back ever. Doesn't mean to say that those life forms don't exist.
Yeah, I agree. But think about it. Let's say we have space travel and we have interstellar travel. We can.
Doesn't even mean to say we'll ever meet anybody.
Yeah. But humor me. We have space travel. We have interstellar travel. We can jump from star to star, and then in like 200 light years away from us, we find out about a planet and a primitive species of aliens who have like tribes and like primitive weapons and all that. What do you think will happen if we meet them?
Well, then we go Star Trek, don't we?
Yeah.
Really, it's that we have to put those paradoxes in place.
Do you not think that we're going to?
We don't mess with their culture and all that kind of thing.
But do you not think that we're going to basically start kidnapping them and basically dissecting them?
I don't think that's really anything we need to be worrying about. No, I don't think we'd do that.
I'm trying to provoke a thought about human mentality, not about. It's an argument against humans, not aliens.
Well, then in that regard, no. If we met another life form, I don't think that our first instincts would be to go out and start chopping them up.
Well,
I
would disagree. Like honestly, if there was some like unified government thing that took some of them in and like experimented on them, like I mean that's what would be. I think that's what the logical steps.
No. But that wouldn't be the logical steps. If humanity met a new life form, right, and it was announced across the world, right, aliens have landed, blah blah blah. There's no way that we would then be allowed to obtain one and then cut it up for autopsy purposes. That wouldn't happen.
Well, I think our government might.
No, because you would then have to steal one of their citizens.
But you're assuming that the aliens come over to us. I'm talking about we come over to their planet.
Yeah, exactly.
And the worst thing possible is to find out that something in them
within our lifetime
benefits us.
Right, but within our lifetime, the only way that would ever happen is for them to actually visit us, because we're not going to do it within our lifetimes.
I don't think in 1,000 lifetimes this will happen, though.
Right, but within our lifetimes, it's not impossible for another life form to visit Earth and say, "Hey, hello."
I mean, it's statistically.
Of course,
it's improbable. It's improbable, of course. It's not impossible.
Right.
It's improbable.
Right, but from our point of view, from us going out to visit other, planets and shit like that, that is impossible within our lifetime, because we're not capable of doing it within our sets of
within our lifetime. I agree too. Yeah, it's
right.
Maybe,
but it's not. It's more probable. It's more probable for other species to come visit us.
Yes.
Right now, yes.
Honestly, I don't think we'll be able to within 10,000 years, because the reason why is we need to have beyond light speed travel to even get anywhere remotely important while the universe is expanding.
Well, we can use wormholes, but again, that requires a huge amount of. Wormholes are possible. You can puncture space-time with a very concentrated laser, for instance. I was watching this documentary. Michio Kaku, the Japanese-American physicist, he's very famous. He was talking about this, that you need a very strong laser to puncture space-time and create a wormhole to some place else in the universe.
But it's still highly unlikely because our technology is not there yet.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, he was being theoretical, and he was like indulging people's appetite for that. But it is possible. Not now, of course.
But then the conversation of black holes also comes in, because it's been theorized that in the center of a black hole there is some sort of wormhole or portal to someplace else, and there is a black hole in the center of our galaxy. There's a black hole in the center of every galaxy.
Right.
So
I mean, I'm very physics illiterate, but I know that Einstein, he hypothesized about the existence of white holes where the matter goes when it enters the black hole. So probably, I don't know.
That the difference between black holes and white holes is, I'm pretty sure there's concrete evidence that black holes do exist, and they do. But white holes is like so much of a concept and hasn't been studied at all whatsoever.
But think about it. Einstein predicted black holes, and he had no evidence for them. He just used mathematics to come to the conclusion of a singularity existing.
So wait, so he came to the same conclusion about white holes, or a similar?
No. I'm not saying that. He just hypothesized about the existence of white holes where the matter sucked from the black hole would go. But this is again, I'm very loosely trying to remember the whole thing. So don't take me at face value.
I won't, Dory.
Oh, cheeky English.
It's all speculation. This is what I love.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that people think about what's going to happen. They go, well, yeah, but science has kind of said this, and then science said that. Nobody gives. I mean, nobody's going to be around for it for a start. Right? So we can all speculate on what the. But there are certain things we can determine.
But by the way, don't you find
you guys want to delve into the theory of time travel?
I could give it. I'll give it 5 minutes because I'm going to wrap this hangout up soon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean,
time travel is it's a paradox without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the concept of it.
I mean, and just thinking about it now, it's like, if it was a real thing, why wouldn't they have come back to our time? Or maybe just our time is so insignificant. I have no idea. Yeah.
But what if?
Sorry.
Well, okay, so you said that. So what if the only way that you could travel back in time was being yourself, right? You can only be yourself, and you can only go back in time to a certain particular point in time.
You mean like Terminator?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but you're not allowed to mess time up.
I don't remember
Time Cop or something like that. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I think it's really messy, isn't it? Yeah. Like that. Yeah, it'd be like like Time Cop or Terminator, one or the other.
Well, then
don't fuck around.
Well, then what would unless there's like some war like in Terminator, what would the point of doing that be?
Well, no, you see, to me it would be like, if you can control time, then you have no control of where you're going to go back to. Right, that would make the only sense to me. It's like you can go back in time, but you've got no idea where you're going to end up. It could be the World War II. It could be World War One.
Oh man, I would love to end up in World War II.
Oh yeah, I'd love that as well. Yeah. Being gassed or something like that.
No, like Battle of the Bulge or Stalingrad. That's so epic.
Yeah, it's not.
I'll probably get killed like in the first 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's not a video game. It's not a video game.
I know. I just Call of Duty, so.
Like, no, yeah. I'd love to go back I was going to get gassed with mustard gas.
Oh god, dude! Or shell.
Me being a Jew, and like if you had no idea where you'd end up, I think I'd roll the dice and like hopefully not end up in Germany or Poland.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably not. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so Max is from my tribe. Nice.
Well, I have conflicting nationalities.
That's the thing, you know, when you're thinking about going back in time, your immediate thought is to go back to World War II. Whereas it could actually be any time period at all. It could go back to, you know, English civil wars or something like that.
What happens if, like, Anthony, you go back in time and you probably like end up in Caesar's bedroom and you just kill him and become emperor of the Roman Empire?
Right, so if you do that, if you're actually the person, if this was true and you get transported back in time and you end up killing somebody, you're not going to know what the ramifications of that was.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Well, so you'll know as it plays out.
Right, so you get transported back to some boudoir and you're fucking some girl or whatever. Right? Fucking thing.
Well,
you're not going to know who that woman is. Turns out she's like Bodicea or, you know, fucking whatever. And you end up killing her or like choke killing her while you were
Wait, what boudoir? Bodicea rode like almost naked with just like a piece of cloth and in front of her.
But my point is, just by mistake, you end up killing her while you're fucking her. You know, just by mistake. God. Right. That could happen.
I hope you don't land in like William Wallace chamber or something.
But my point is, would you give a shit? You wouldn't even know what was going to happen, right? So you get you get transported back in time, right? Get transported back in time. You hate fuck Bodicea, right? You end up killing her while you're fucking her. You wouldn't even know what you were doing, right? You just being transported back in time. You're just fucking this girl. Turns out she's Bodicea.
Kill you.
Right. So all events would then be different. But you wouldn't have any impact on it.
Well, also, would the people who knew about you or just the world in general that you got sent from, would that world experience the ramifications like instantly?
You mean the knowledge of history?
That's when you need that like sci-fi kind of effect, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need that, you need that kind of effect.
Like the ripple across time.
You need that. And I don't think that would actually happen.
No,
we've gone so off topic.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. I'm gonna kill this stream anyway because I'm tired.
All right. It's only 9:10 here. Yeah, thanks, Anthony.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, it's 11:30, 11:12.
Well.
It's 7 a.m.
I haven't even looked at the chat. DJ's in there. Boom.
You goddamn Americans.
No, I've just got my bestest friends in the chat. I got some cool fucking mates, man. But anyway, I love this. We will talk again about this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'll be more. I'll have some more literature to draw on.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
It is a subject that I'm really interested in. The whole future thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wendell hasn't said a thing. I wonder why.
Wendell doesn't say anything. You don't need to worry about Wendell. Wendell just sits there. He just comes on birds. He's good. Okay, you know.
Oh God.
So he knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hello,
Anthony.
Yes.
How often do you usually stream? Because I think the last stream of yours that I was in was, or I was in the chat, was when you were talking to that music guy. I don't know his name.
I can't remember his name either. But I know who you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of it's I don't have any kind of schedule, to be honest.
Okay.
It's just when I get a chance to do it.
All right.
And it's not even that. It's when I feel like doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Because, I get a lot of shit sometimes. So I like to have these nice, relaxed streams where nobody's giving me any shit and just have a chat and blah,
Thanks
blah.
for the invite, though. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys.
Oh, you too, man.
Oh, yeah. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Nice to meet you,
follow me on Twitter and I'll follow you back, and all that kind of shit. So.
But Anthony, I do follow you on Twitter.
Well,
yeah, I do too.
Do I follow you back?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Maximilian, who you sent the link to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's your Twitter?
My Twitter.
Mine is just hold on. Oh God, I'm so at
Doesn't
Nikolai
even fucking
Tikolev.
know.
So at NICKOLIAI and Tikolev. It's just a Slavic Jew fucking name.
And then just I followed you.
Thank you, Max.
Everybody's being friendly and nice.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Isn't that the best thing, though? Isn't that the best thing?
Yeah, positivity.
No, well, I'm not always about that. Like Joe, Live Life 8072. I hate that fucking guy.
Let's leave the YouTube drama for another.
Oh yeah.
God.
He is a cunt.
I was taking I think I was taking a little internet hiatus when the second AIU and Anthony drama happened, and I came back and I was like, "What the fuck happened?"
Yes. It was
big.
It wasn't even dramatic. It was undramatic, which I'm glad of.
Yeah.
I love Devon, to be honest, and I know he's pissed off because that idiot won. So I think, like, in time, everything will be okay.
Yeah, well, I don't care who won the election.
Yeah, but you have to understand,
honestly,
those fucking people hacked his account. They follow him all around. That's really, it does things to you to know that these people those fucking mouth breathers just adore you and follow you everywhere when you don't want to have anything to do with them. I mean, I'm not talking about every Trump supporter.
I get the same thing myself.
Those fucking trolls that hacked him, that swatted his house and his parents' house. So I can understand why he's so angry, and I think that in time, though, everything will be okay.
But I mean, there are people like that on both sides.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a liberal. I try not to be too like bleeding heart liberal, but I can see why he got angry.
Yeah. On election night, I was just going into it thinking Hillary would win, and I was bored as fuck. But then I had a blast that entire night. I was so like pumped and everything, and I don't know why, but
I just had a laugh. To be honest with you. I was like, "Fuck me! I can't believe he's winning."
Yeah, that was basically me.
But the thing
I can't vote, so I have no fucking.
The thing is, Anthony, we're Euros. We don't have we don't care that much. So
no, I give a shit. It doesn't. And what bothers me is that the people that think that there's going to be a massive change in the next 4 years.
Oh yeah,
are fucking deluded because they won't. It'll just be the same fucking thing. Because if you'd have voted for Hillary, it would have been the status quo for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
Right. If you voted for Trump, you would probably expect things to change. But ultimately, I think every Trump supporter is going to be somewhat disappointed because nothing's going to change.
I don't know what you guys are worried though.
Same shit for 4 years is what.
Because you are in the United States, and 1,000 kilometers away from me there's a war in Ukraine, and 1,000 kilometers away from me there's a war in Syria. So I don't know what you guys are so worried about. I should be the one that's worried, and I'm not. And I have a U.S. Air Force base in like 200 kilometers away from me that actually ships jets and rockets and bombs to the Turkish U.S. Air Force base. So,
well, if I was you, I would probably move out.
I mean, I'm not worried. Why are you guys worried? I mean, there was never a threat of
I'm not worried.
Huge war or something like that.
So where I live, and it's one of the most liberal places, like in the country. People were freaking out, honestly, like everyone I know, and I was just sitting back and having a laugh. It was hilarious.
I think everybody was very emotional, and that clouded their judgment for the most part.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like in Texas, nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change whatsoever, ever. That will never change. Like Texas people are pretty fucking stable anyway. They think that they're the most like gun-toting woohoo kind of people ever. They're not. They're just hard-working, normal people.
I would imagine they're very hardened and very like they're emotional and like they have big hearts and everything like that. But they're very like practical in a way that, well, life goes on. We have to do our job and whatever.
Yeah, well, they've dealt with a Democratic president for the last 8 years. So dealing with a Republican or so-called Republican president for the next 4 or 8 years, that they'll just deal with it the same fucking way. Nothing's going to change. This is the thing. There's going to be no paradigm shift. You know, that people are expecting. People will just get on with shit, and they'll just get on with it in America. Yeah, that's the thing. It's not going to be anything surprising. It's not going to be anything like dramatic. It's not going to be anything like that.
Oh my god,
it won't be. It won't be.
I was my dad added me to a group chat with some of my aunts, and one of them was saying the KKK is going to become mainstream. And I was like, oh god. So I got into a little mini argument between my aunt and myself, and my dad told me to stop because I sound like an angry white man.
What does that even sound like? Is that different to an angry black man?
Oh god, I can I don't know, guys. Anthony can actually say back me up on this. In Europe, we don't see color; we see nationality. For instance, if the English see French, they would bash them because they're French, not because they're black.
Right.
I could never get this racial fucking divide in the United States. Like, for instance, if I see a fucking Serbian, because I'm Bulgarian, I would bash them because they're fucking Serbian degenerate that retarded everything that we ever gave to them, that basically fucked it up. So, or the Russians, I would say the same thing. So it's the Europe, it's much more, I don't know, accepting in this way, because you don't care about skin color, you care about nationality. It's like sort of like a soccer, like a football rivalry, you know? It's not about skin color.
No, nobody gives
in America, it's just retarded.
No, yes, and in America there is that black-white kind of thing.
Yeah.
But in Europe, skin color, yeah, you're right. Skin color has absolutely nothing to do with anything.
Nobody gives a shit about skin color.
Nobody gives a fuck. No. Absolutely no.
Like, I have like we have like black Bulgarians here because a lot of people emigrated during the Soviet days, where we would provide free education for every brothering country in Africa. We have like Asian Bulgarians who were like 150,000 children adopted after the Vietnam War. They were adopted in Bulgaria, and they married and everything, and nobody gives a shit. If he's Bulgarian or she's Bulgarian, you defend them because they're Bulgarian.
Right.
When somebody from other countries attack them for some reason, like in Bulgaria, you're like thieves or whatever.
But you don't defend them because they are Bulgarian. You just defend them because they're good people.
Yeah, I mean, but if somebody criticizes them, then you would be on their side because you know the real facts, and you know it's just friendly banter to a certain degree.
Right.
For instance, I don't really hate French people or English people or Russians, but I would try to get into banter with them because, well, that's what we Europeans do. We don't like throw shit at each other for like superficial fucking reasons like skin color. I mean, the English and the Scottish. I mean, come on, that's like grade A banter. It's just awesome.
Exactly. That's just taking the piss. Yeah, that's just taking the piss out of the different cultures that we have. And we will find some middle ground at some point, right? It isn't because we hate each other. It's just we have differences. Yeah, we can see that. We get that. And we will try and find jokes. And we will try and find jokes that apply to every single race or color or creed. That's what my outlook is. That always has been. It doesn't matter what color you are. I will always try and find something to take the piss out of.
Exactly. I mean,
color, creed, no signs, anything like that.
Do you not think this is healthy? I mean, the healthy banter we have in Europe is healthy, and in America it's very toxic. As soon as you start talking about
no, you see, you're generalizing that because it's not that bad.
No. As soon as you start talking about race,
it's not that bad. It's not.
If you start talking about race,
Anthony, I've had personal experience. It is extremely bad. I've had lots of bad experiences before I even have been in high school. It's extremely toxic.
I guess it's dependent on how old you are, but people my age don't give a fuck. It's just it's a younger generation thing.
Yeah, but you're more chilled out. I mean, because you've had more experience.
But I've experienced many different cultures as well, so it's not.
We're still angry young white men, so give us that.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to end this stream now because I am tired.
All right.
Sorry.
All right.
Well, yeah, thank you. Twitter handle. YouTube channel.
I have a Twitter. Follow it. It's Maximilian with 5 L's. MAXIMIL times 5 IAN.
It looks a very young man on that. So follow this guy. Billy Bong is in the chat. Follow Billy Bong.
Hi Billy Bong. I follow you.
We should. Billy Bong's my mate.
I think I follow everybody from the Flying Monkeys. Most of the people, I think.
Ex-Flying Monkeys. Flying Monkeys. The Flying Monkeys died with me.
No, don't let it happen.
It already did happen.
The Flying Monkeys have been very segregated over the past month or so.
That's why we need it.
The Flying Monkeys was something I started. And I finished it as well.
Because honestly, I don't like. I can tell from Devin. I think he's also said it multiple times. He doesn't give a fuck about his audience. Like he's like,
no.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck about his audience unless you're going to give him money.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
No, but I think that Devin made it in a way that, well, you've come here, enjoy my content, but don't expect me to like be emotional or be involved in everything you say. I think he made it that way. You can find me, but
follow Devin, follow his channel. Just watch his stuff, and that's it. There you go. Just leave it there. Don't just watch his stuff and leave it there. Don't go any further than that. So, all right. On that note, I'm going to go.
All right. See you.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you talking to me. So
it was a great conversation.
Yeah,
it was lovely.
I enjoyed it, and I'll carry on because I'll get some more information on the futurism thing.
All right.
That was just an overview.
I don't always check my Twitter timeline, so if you're planning on doing another one, please DM me.
I will. Oh, you DM me.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Well, if you just keep an eye on my channel, if you subscribe to my channel, you'll get it.
I have.
Yeah, okay.
All
right, see ya.
All right, guys. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
I love you. Wow. Yeah, I love Crush Endo, I love Jamie, and I love
I love you guys, but it's only platonically, so.
No, I actually do love you. So. Good night.
Good night. I have a reputation. Good night.
Yeah. Good night.